Hello and welcome to Channels Book Club. I am Olakunle Kasumo. It's great to be with you on the show again. So we finally brought the 2020 National Essay Competition of the Channels Book Club to an end. We call it the Channels Book Club Prize for Literature. Over the week, we had the final round and it was exciting. 10 brilliant finalists, 9 females, and 1 young man went head to head as the battle for the top 3 positions. It was such an exciting experience. What they did at the final round were essentially 2 things. One, they were given an essay to write on the spot by the judges, and 2, they met with the judges one-on-one. So it was the combination of the initially submitted reviews and also the essay they wrote on the day, plus the interview sessions they had with the judges. The judges collated their performances in those 3 aspects of the competition and came up with the top 3. The whole event was virtual, and it was really fun. The students, absolutely brilliant. Let's get to meet the 10 finalists once again. At the end of their battle, 3 girls came tops. Let's get to meet them. Tiwaloluwa Ogunleye is a student of Loyola Jesuit College, Abuja. She's 15 years old, and Tiwa Oluwa wants to study law. She came out tops. She took the 1st position in the competition. Second is Oluwa Lanoayo Ashiru. She's 17 years old, a student of Corona Secondary School, Agbara. Actually, she's graduated from Corona. As at the time she was writing this, she was in SS3, Corona Secondary School, Agbara. Ashiru wants to study neuropsychology. She wants to become a neuropsychologist, and she came 2nd in the competition. And third is Geraldine Ishekwene. I hope I pronounced Geraldine's name very well. Brilliant girl, absolutely brilliant. Top 5th International Secondary School, Akwa Ibom. She's 17 years old, and she wants to become a broadcaster. These 3 young ladies are absolutely brilliant. Now, Geraldine and Tiwa joined us via Zoom, while Lano joined us in the studio. And I had a very interesting conversation with the 3 of them. Enjoy this. Lano, nice to have you on Channels Book Club.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
And congratulations, you did great in the competition.
Thank you again.
Well done. That was no easy feat at all. No easy feat. Well done, really. And joining us also is Tiwa. Tiwa, congratulations. You really
Thank you, sir.
impressed. You really impressed the judges and all of us.
Oh, thank you, sir. That's nice to hear.
And also, Geraldine, thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations.
Thank you for having me.
Great to have you. Well done, the three of you. Well done. So, Lano, how was the competition for you? I know that you were persuaded by your mom or somebody, I'm trying to recall now, to take part in the competition. Is that true?
Writing a review was really out of my comfort zone for me, so I wasn't really willing. But after they talked to me and they told me to embrace the challenge and the learning opportunity that I'll get from it, I decided to try out, and you can see that it was successful.
Well done. Well done. Tiwa, is that your story too? Did you, how did you get into the competition?
Oh, okay. So my dad bought the book, but he didn't tell me at first that it was for the competition. So I read it and he asked me what I thought of it and then told me about the competition and asked if I would be willing to review it. And I wasn't really sure what to write about the book. And it took me a little while. Like I would write and I wouldn't like it, have to come back and rewrite. But in the end, I wrote something that I felt happy with and submitted it, and I guess that worked out.
From both of your stories, Lano, your parents were key. In your own case, your mom. In Tiwa's case, her dad. That's the way it works.
Yeah,
You get all this encouragement from parents and teachers, right?
yes, really.
Yeah. Okay. Geraldine, what's your own story?
Well, when I heard about this competition, I was actually very excited to try it out. But at some point, after getting to read some other of my mates' essays, I began to feel discouraged, like mine wasn't good enough. So I actually gave up at some point, but I got encouragement from my teachers, from my mates, and I eventually decided to take it on.
Fantastic.
I'm actually very happy that I was I was chosen. I was really surprised.
Great, great, great. Lano, how was it when you were picked
Yeah.
in the final 10? What was it like? And then when you eventually made the top three, what was that like for you?
By the time I got the mail from my teacher that I was picked in the final 10, I'd already thought, okay, maybe the competition had just been dropped for this
Cancelled.
year. Yes,
Because of
because
COVID.
of COVID. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was really surprised. I was like, oh my gosh. Then when after going through the remaining two stages and coming out second, I was really happy and really thankful to God for the whole chance and the opportunity.
Tiwa, well done. Well, how did you
Thank
feel
you, sir.
when you were picked as a finalist and then hearing that you had won?
Oh, okay. So the first stage of competition ended in April, and I submitted my entry in April. So I had somehow forgotten about it. For a month or two after that, I would check my mail and see if anything had come up, but nothing did. So, like Lano said, I thought the competition had either been dropped or it had taken place and I just missed it. So when I think about last week or so, the vice principal called me and told me that the competition was going to hold and it was during CA and I had been chosen as a finalist. I was more surprised than anything because I hadn't expected to get through and I hadn't expected it to happen then. And after the essay and interview, I really wasn't sure how it went because the judges didn't really show much. They just asked their questions and moved on. So I wasn't sure if I would be part of the top three or not. And I was very pleasantly surprised to find out that I had won.
Okay, let me tell you something, Tiwa. Usually for the judges, after the essay writing on the final day, usually they would have formed their impressions. What happens when they do the interviews is the interviews either validates, those impressions, or somebody makes them to change their impression, either positively or negatively. So I'm guessing that the reason why they didn't show you enough signs that you had won is you probably had validated within a short time the impression they had in their minds. Lano, did you think you were going to win
No,
when you made the top 10? At that point in time, you should have been a bit optimistic.
I mean, I'm
It's
confident in
one
my
over 10
abilities.
now, 1 out of 10 chances. Yeah?
Yeah, I was confident in my abilities, so at least I'd reached this level. So I was like, I'll put in my all. And to be honest, I thought, okay, the essay would be about feminism or something related to the book. So when I got the topic, I was really thrown and I lost a lot of confidence at that stage.
Okay. Initially, the judges, I think they had your name on 4th, or I can't remember, or 5th, I can't remember now. And then it was like, okay, let's read everything all over again. So they took a long time reading all the essays again, reading the essays, the critiques, and the 3 judges are really brilliant.
Yeah, they
So
are.
they went back, reading everything again, critiquing, and they came back debating again and talking about your essay. Your essay came in,
Okay.
and came into the conversation. Like, no, and all that. At the end of the day, there you are, second position. I mean, if you get to sit down with the judges and see when they work,
Yeah.
that is a fascinating experience. And that was what it was for me, just listening to them debates. And they are humans too. It gets confusing, particularly when the qualities are very good, and almost
becomes
at
hard to
par.
choose, yeah.
Yeah, it's very, so the little details then come into play. So that's why that extra in the interview, that extra effort can make a massive difference. That extra effort in your writing on the day can make a massive difference. Okay, so Tiwa, what is your plan now going forward? This is good for you. I'm guessing you want to do some more writing going forward, no matter the profession you decide to pursue.
So I want to be a lawyer and I also want to work in politics. I want to study economics and international relations undergrad, then go to law school. And after that, I would like to work in a law firm before pursuing a career in politics. But I would really like to be a writer. In fact, a little while ago, I was working on a short story that it was historical fiction set in old Oyo in the late 1800s, around that time where slave trade was just ending and legitimate trade was about to begin. And during my research for it, I found that dynamic between kings trying to hold on to their kingdoms and colonialists like eating their way in slowly by slowly. I found the dynamic at the coast really interesting. And I really dove myself into that research. And I felt like all that knowledge shouldn't just go to waste on a short story. So I'm thinking of developing it into a book. And it's really fun. It's really going well. I like it.
Tiwa, what are your thoughts about the
Yes.
competition? Is it something you would like to encourage other young people to be involved in? Do you want to see the competition go on?
Yes, I think it's really great that it continues. This is actually not my first time participating. I
Yes.
participated last year, and what I really like about competition is that the books chosen are always Nigerian books. Now, I read a lot, and I usually have a lot of books with me. But if someone asks for a book, there's a certain stigma against Nigerian books. I know a lot of people who just don't read Nigerian books, like they only read books by foreign authors, which isn't good. It isn't good for them because they're missing out on so many wonderful books and so many wonderful stories about the place they live in. And it isn't good for Nigerian authors themselves if they can't establish an audience in their own home country. And apart from the learning experience that the competition is, it is giving authors like a larger platform. It is encouraging their books to be read. And I think that is something really nice.
Do you share that thought?
I agree because I know, like you said, the number of people that run away from reading Nigerian books, and there's a rich world that could be found in Nigerian books. My favorite book, when they asked in the interview, was a Nigerian book, Fantasy by Tomi Adeyemi. So I really think that this is a commendable effort in encouraging people to embrace the rich diversity that is the books that are being by Nigerian authors.
Okay, fantastic. Geraldine, I think you're back with us. Okay, so I was asking you earlier when you went off a beat that would you like to see this competition continue? You have a word for other young people out there with regards to participating in competitions like this?
Yes, I do. I'd really love to say a very big thank you to Channels and Channels Book Club for giving us as young writers the opportunity to express ourselves. And I do believe that the competition should continue because there are a lot of people whose talents need to be shown to the world. And I also want to encourage people out there to take a step. They should, whenever opportunities like this are given to them, they should try, even if they're not very confident that they're going to maybe get something out of it, but they should try. If I hadn't tried, I don't think I would have been here today. So thank you very much.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Tiwa. Thanks for your time. It's been great having you on Channels Book Club, and we're looking forward to having you in the studio physically very soon, just like we have Lano here with us in the studio, so that we can do book reviews and so many other things to talk about. So thank you for joining us. And Geraldine, thank you too for joining us all the way from Akwa Ibom. Well done. Okay, I think probably lost them. Thank you, ladies. Lano, thank you for joining us on Channels Book Club. Thanks for coming around. And congrats once again. And keep writing, keep writing, keep writing, keep writing. Did you mention earlier what you wanted to study? Did you?
No, I didn't.
I'm not sure you did. I remember the other two ladies. What's your plan?
I want to study psychology, but more specifically neuropsychology.
Neuropsychology.
Yes.
Yeah, you look like that. Somebody will get into people's minds. Just be looking. That's good. Well done.
Thank you.
I mean, no matter the profession, and then the writing skill is essential, really. Yeah, and quite a number of writers, very successful writers all over the world, have writing is a second profession for them. They do have other things that they do.
Yeah.
You know, so you're on the right track.
Thank you
well
very
done.
much.
Thanks for joining us on Channels Book Club. When you see those students, when you see those young ladies, all the people that participated in the competition, the 10 finalists, you just believe that Nigeria has a future. I just wish that our leaders can look at these young ones and begin to plan ahead for them. They have so much potential. It's been an absolute pleasure relating with them. And the judges had a blast too. Our 3 judges had such a great time looking at all their submissions, and they were fascinated by the brilliance of these young Nigerians. So kudos to the 3 winners and the other 7 who could not make the top 3. Well done. Now, up next is a report on a professional organization that has gone out of its way to organize a book fair that is primarily targeted at young people. It's nice to see the professional organization organize such an event. I hope to see more of that. Let's enjoy this short report.
There are many good reasons to host a book fair for young people, from motivating them to read, to networking with authors and learning from the experiences of the best hands in the field. The Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, Victoria Island, Lekki District, recently organized a school book fair to stir up the interest in reading among students in Lagos State. Panelists, who were all professionals in the finance, publishing sector, as well as also authors, gave the participants insightful lectures on the benefits of book editors in manuscript, writing and assessment, to publishing house policies, the fundamental requirement for successful publishing, as well as the importance of networking.
Before you can write books, three things are very important. That's it, before you put your pen to paper, the first thing you are going to think of, number one, who are your target audience? Who are the people that are going to read your book?
When you don't read, you are not better than a person who is illiterate. That is, if you've gone to school, but you don't like reading, you are not in any way better than somebody who did not go to school at all.
Today, I will also be talking on how to become a publishable writer. I know that some of our people here, some of them are authors. But what does it take to actually write a book? What are the things that you should do? What are the things you take into consideration to make your book acceptable? I've read thousands of manuscripts in my career. And I've seen manuscripts that authors believe that it's a bestseller. But when you read it, it cannot go far. But at times we have manuscripts that come into our publishing houses, not just where I work now, but the places I've worked. And from the beginning, you are arrested, and then you are able to recommend it for publishing.
Like, do I have to finish writing before taking it to the editor, or immediately
The floor was then open for questions and comments.
I am an accountant, I'm not a publisher, really. It's not an easy thing, but it's an area someone should explore. Because the more you explore, the more knowledgeable you become.
The students also got a chance to win books of their choices by answering questions.
Coming to this book fair has actually helped me discover my talents in writing, because I gave up writing like some years back, but now coming to this book fair will make me pick up that talent.
This particular event, was designed for undergraduates, students, pupils, and it's been a very fruitful period spent here, I can assure us. And we're not stopping at that. We intend to go more.
You know, it's very important that the habit of reading is inculcated in children from early ages, so that they have that inquisitive mind to read not only fiction, even non-fiction books, professional books. As they grow, children have inquisitive minds. They can, through reading, diversify their knowledge.
These youths are anxious to learn more about the world. That's the reason they want more of their peers to come on board. Read a book.
This is where we have to wrap up the show. It's been a delight being your host on the program today. As always, we'll be happy to get your feedback through any of our social media platforms displayed on your screen. My name is Olakunle Kasumo. Remember, one great book can change your life. Bye-bye.